One of the things that amazed us when we did our second corporate responsibility report, we tried to calculate what the impact that we as a company have on the planet. And we did it in a way that a lot of people don't do, which is we looked not just at the direct impacts we have, but we looked at what happens when our consumers use our products. And we were absolutely amazed when this analysis calculated that the single greatest negative impact we have on the planet comes from the water that people heat up to do laundry with our laundry detergent. Single greatest negative impact. And there's obviously a solution, which is design laundry products that work in cold water, but it was not, here's this environmental company who's been in business for 15 or 16 years, and that impact was not one that we were focused on until we actually did the analysis and calculated what the impact was. And I'm happy to say that all of our laundry detergents now work in cold water. Being responsible, being thoughtful about the environment, trying to create a business that's sustainable. Many businesses, and probably most, have a notion that that is an expensive thing to do, that doesn't necessarily translate into being a successful, profitable company. And I actually think that that's wrong, that just is no longer true, and it's not supported by the facts, and it's not supported by this huge change that the world is in the process of going through. The economy and the assets of business used to be primarily what you would call hard assets or fixed assets. So most companies in America had inventory, and they had real estate, and they had buildings, and they had all kinds of fixed assets. Well, that's no longer true of our economy. In the United States, the value of the average American business, of that value, 75% of the value of the average American business are what are called intangibles, which are brand, reputation, things that are not fixed assets. And for a company like Seventh Generation, 80% of the value that is placed on our business is related to our brand and our reputation, and only 20% is related to cash we have in the bank, shares, inventory. Transparency, whether you like it or not, is being somewhat forced upon companies, largely because of the internet. What you can find out about a company today in a very short amount of time, you could never have found out 5 years ago. Companies that are responsible actually have dramatically more productive, loyal workforces. Gallup did some research in 2004, and they were trying to see how people felt about the companies they worked for, how engaged they were. And what they found out was amazing. They found out that 19% of all workers in America are what they call actively disengaged from their job. What that means is that 19% of the workforce, according to their calculations, has a net negative impact on the company that they work at, to the cost of $300 billion a year. So there is a huge opportunity to design a business in a way that people feel better about working at, that they feel more committed to, they feel more passionate about. And that, in some ways, probably pays off more than anything else from an internal perspective.